Tonight's topic is regarding the other side of Siniyut, which is regarding men that we haven't talked about, but it basically is basically connect to the concept of women being Sunua. Men would be able to do. They have their own responsibilities. So there's a book here that I have. It's called Taharat Hakodesh by Aaron Ratta. Was a very Kodesh rabbi, and he basically brings some of the side benefits of a person that is doing a Shmirat Brit. And Shmirat Brit, the way it works is if a person watch for his eyes and doesn't look around the women, right? He's gonna be able to hold his neshama and make sure it's not gonna be it's not going to be tameh, and it's not going to be pegam, and if he's not going to be, his neshama is not pagum, then the Hashem Barach, he's going to have a very, very good olam haba. So we talked about women, that is very important for women not to show themselves, it's Noah, and but because of the Hashem Satkaniyot, they're going to be Bezah Hashem, they're going to be redeemed from this galut. Same concept is for men that have to do Shmirat Brit, and Shmirat Brit it has to do with the men looking at the surrounding, and it's very important. The Gemara talks about a person should be very careful that even with his wife there are certain guidelines that is described over there how to be careful about being even intimate with his own wife, and let alone when he walks around in the street, right? And not being careful not to look at the women, and especially the concept called the form Sara Agra, which means if a person, the more difficult is a challenge, the more rewarding it is. So here we are in the midst of the sandals. Unfortunately, there's a lot of pursuit, a lot of women. There are women, especially the Goyim, the Goyot, they don't understand this concept at all, especially in the Christian country, where they walk around, they think there's nothing wrong with dressing up like this. And we as a Jew, we have to be careful not to look at them and Chas v'Shalom get any further with it. And we know that men, as we said, again, I repeat this again, a person should always think that Hakadosh Baruch Hu has a big rachmanut to him, that he made him a Jew. As the Rabbi says, Shula Hassan good, once a person realizes that Hashem gave him this matana to be a Jew, and he has given him all 613 mitzvot, then he should be refraining from even to get connected with the Goyot, or try to, even though we are in such a circumstance, some environment that people walk around, you can't stop it, you cannot tell everybody how to do this up. The main thing is, Aaron Ratta says that the first guideline and safeguard for a person in order not to have pagan belief is not looking at the women. Okay, it's for men, and they say this helps a lot. Even though a person has a yisara, that's why for women he has to realize that Hakadosh Baruch Hu brought him to this world, to this city, in this environment, right? And this is his what is tikkun and his nisayon. This is nisayon. He has to be able to work to deal with it and survive it. And now here there's a ma'amor that I heard from Rabbi Mendel Kissen. Is very chashuv rav. He mentioned that when a person comes to this world, men and women, both of them, they have a certain mission in this world, and the neshama, in order for neshama to get a reward to olam haba, a person has to do a certain thing, right? So and follow some guidelines that Hakadosh Baruch Hu gives, and if he follows it, right, he's going to get what? He's going to get the Sachar of Olam Haba. So he there's some concept called Nahamod Dikasuputa. That means a person gets very embarrassed, right, to go to somebody's home and eats food, or employer doesn't work for the employer. And basically, I think better parable. Going to employer doesn't work anything, and then gets the food from him. He feels extremely ashamed. He eats the bread, but he feels ashamed because he didn't earn it. So how Christian was saying that should have listened to him. That's the whole reason that we Jews are here. So a man has his mission, and a woman has the other mission. A woman, his mission is to be sinua, be loyal to her husband, and be the Akeret Habayit, and raise the whole family at home, and the husband is supposed to go out and be the breadwinner. But at the same token, when a man goes out, he has to make sure that he doesn't do Pigam Brit, especially this place. So that we are, which is very difficult. We are not living in the Barak or Yerushalayim, that is everybody is very somewhere. So the best safeguard again is Shmirat Ayin. The person should make sure, don't look at women. I mean, maybe some women or the society here they frown upon it, but basically that's the best way to protect yourself. And here it says some of the side benefit of he brings about 80 side benefit of somebody that does Shmirat Brit. 80. 80. Yeah, 80. So I'm going to just enumerate few of them. Yeah. So this is, if a person does that, then he would. Also, before I go further, I heard from Abigdor Miller, the son, something that for people that they are single, the Persians or whoever Jews or whoever else that listen to this topic. I heard from Abigdor Miller, the son. They said in Europe, the coyote were extremely pretty. They were as pretty as movie stars. I said it never dawned upon anybody's mind to go and get close to those women, even though they were so pretty over there. Later on here, that it is not so pretty, so much the person even touch them. Because why? Because we are Anshe Am Kodosh, and we just have to be what? We have to realize that a Goya, a non-Jewish woman, is a big no-no for the Jewish community and Jewish person. And thinking that way, and having that mindset, and thinking, so if that it is a big no-no, that I cannot even think about the Goya. So even no matter how pretty she is, right? We'll be talking about single women, and also maybe some men also should think about it. So how do we go to safeguard ourselves? Is watching our eyes, not looking at them, and consider this in our mind that we are only allowed to marry a Jewish woman, single woman, somebody that is allowed, and by doing so, we are going to have Shekhinah in our home all our life. When we have a woman to be Senua, we marry with a Jewish girl, we have Shekhinah, and the Shekhinah is going to help us to bring us up and up the ladder. And here he gives some of the side benefit. So somebody does Shmirat Brit is as if, right, he fulfilled the whole Torah, all the mitzvot of Torah. If somebody does just doing Shmirat Brit, Keilu Giyem Kol Torah Kulo, right? The first one says Shah'olam Qiyem Alav. The whole world is basically depending, and is basically the whole existence of the world is for somebody, right? That is fulfilling this mitzvah. The other thing it talks about is, I'm just going to name a few of them, which is, I think is very, all of them are important, but some of them I think I handpicked them, I highlight them from these 81 that are very, I find them extremely helpful for person to know and become hopeful and become motivated to keep Shmirat Brit, right? Is Zoche Lirot Hakodesh Baruch Hu. He's going to be able to say Hakodesh Baruch Hu, right? Zoche Shekhinah lo iparesh mineh, which means the Shekhinah, it would never go away from him. Actually, it's going to be with him, right? And even though he's single, it's not going to go away with him. And then Hakodesh Baruch Hu Shomro ve'en shum davar yachol lahaziko. Hakodesh Baruch Hu, he's going to he's shomering him, he's guarding him, and nothing can cause a damage on him. And the other thing is, Hakodesh Baruch Hu become part of him every day. Every single day, a person is Shomer Brit and doesn't do it, doesn't do Avera, and stays away from this. It's not just a goyot, also Jewish girls that are not married. He has to be careful until he has to go through whole procedure of getting married, and then he allowed to be intimate with his wife, but prior to that he cannot do it, and Hakodesh Baruch Hu becomes a product of such a person. Okay, and all the kind of hashpaot, all kind of the blessings come to him before he goes to other people. So then, this is something that right now, Gab is Meneno. A lot of people are asking how do we go. Right now we are Ikam Mashiach, right? The people are looking for some kind of Shemira, Segula, Shemira, that they will be able to protect themselves from this basically this war, all what's going on, the enemies, all this anti-Semitism that is going on throughout the world. It says, Zoche linasel mechevne Mashiach mikol minei mitod v'yizker legola. A person that does Shmirat Brit, right, doesn't have to be a big time Chacham. This is not talking about it. It's saying somebody, a Jewish person, that does Shmirat Brit single. Most of the time we have this issue with the single men that are married, because when they are married, usually they have their wives, usually they are more careful about this concept. But it could happen also for married men, but mostly for single women, single men, that they have to, if they protect themselves, right, they will be saved from what? The Chavle Mashiach. That's what they are right now. But right now, all the Tzaddikim, all the Talmidei Chacham Gedolim are saying, B'nei Chavle Mashiach, and this is a big segula that they're going to be saved, and they're going to not going to have an unusual death, and also they're gonna see the Geula. So this is something that I thought I highlighted that. And then B'ezras Hashem, after 120 years when he passes away, Yesh lo reshut leikones l'shar hasadikim. He has a visa, like a visa pass. He has a pass, and this pass he gives him, and he'll be able to go to war to Sharei Sadikim about 120 years. Where other thing that we know regarding Moshe Rabbeinu, that when he was 120 years, he was when Hakodesh Baruch Hu decreed upon him to depart from this world, right? Samech Mem, right? But he was not able to take his life away, and Hakodesh Baruch Hu himself was able to take him to the next world, right? With what? Because Neshika, right? So it was he basically kissed him, and they say, what is this kiss all about? He said it's like Hakodesh Baruch Hu, Shekhinah comes out of the person, Bizmano, after 120 years, his time arrived, and stands with him, and like a magnet takes the Neshama away with him, and bring him up there, and takes him to up there, and this was gonna happen for somebody that is what? Shomer HaBerit. And then if it's Shomer HaBerit, then we don't see any of all these problems that we see in the community, that there are people are getting married in Goyot, there are all these things, that there are problems with the marriage, that people are not getting married. if they know all these things, first and foremost, Gemara says that Hakadosh Baruch Hu waits for a person, single guy, to get married at age 18, and then after age 24, he doesn't like. I'm not going to say what he says, but he doesn't like the idea. He wants the person to get married early, and I heard from our Yitzchak Joseph Shlita that our Obadiah the son, he encouraged all of the children to get married around 18, 19, 20, right? Even though we see with some of the Ashkenazi brothers, they waited longer, but I remember how Yitzchak Joseph Shlita, he said that his father was very makpid, that he married off his sons at a very early age. Why? Because of the Maimon of the Gemara. That person, and another thing is when a person gets married at the younger age, right? Then he's married, he has his wife, so all these things that he should be, the challenges are not applicable to him because he's married in a younger age and he's, but still, even if he doesn't get married, he's not married then, still single, he should be very careful, right? And if he does Shmirat Brit, eventually after another 20 years, he's going to go, he can give him a pass to go to the Shara Sadiqim, right? And another thing is, everybody wants to have this, the Rishaim, bring them to Hashem. There's a concept that some Sadiqim, when they pass away from the Gehenom, and they bring Nishamot of Rishaim up from there. And it's big zechut, right? It's big. I was taught it's not what's the big deal thing. The guy should be there and basically suffer there, but it's a big thing to bring somebody out, even out of the Gehenom, right? Beside with the Rabbi Akiva that prayed for this person that was in the Olam of Tohu Wohu, he was Bidbar, and he asked him there was a neshama. He said, what's going on? He said, I'm a neshama of somebody. There was big Rasha. And he said, do you have a son? He says, yes. He found his son, and he made a Brit Men on him, and he taught him Torah. He fasted 40 days for him. Then he taught him Torah, and after that, his father came out of the Gehenom, came out of the who went to Gehenom. The Gehenom came out, and he went to Gan Eden. So we see this a big thing about bringing Jewish people from being going to Gehenom or being suffering. So they say somebody that does Shmirat Brit, right? He has a zechut to when he passes through Gehenom, takes a bunch of nishamot, depending how much merit he has. So it's a big thing for person to do Shmirat Brit. Then another thing that says here is very fascinating, right? We say Hakadosh Baruch Hu is one, and he's the only one, he has no partner, right? He created the whole world. But he says by doing Shmirat Brit, you become shutaf with Hakadosh Baruch Hu of the creation of the world. Why? Because Hakadosh Baruch Hu wants to world to be existing, right? And the problem we had in time of Babur, one of the major problems was they were doing Shiva Sarva Torah, right? And that's why Hakadosh Baruch Hu destroyed the world. So somebody that is Shmirat Brit and doesn't do Shiva Sarva Torah, he's helping, he's becoming partner to Hakadosh Baruch Hu to what? To Mekayim, to save the world. Like the world is still in existence, right? So that becomes, even though besides Hashem has no partner, in here in Koyafo, there's some kind of partnership in here, right? Okay. Hakadosh Baruch Hu Mastir also mison'av. Another thing that is very important to know, Hakadosh Baruch Hu hide him from his enemies, which means his enemies want to kill him or destroy him. Somehow, even though he's there, they don't see him. Like we had cases I heard, like in the Shoah, in the Holocaust, there was this Choshev Rav, this Talmid, they were in in the train, right? And this Nazism Makshimo, they were taking all the Jews, and the Jewish person usually is very easily detected because of the beard and the nose and the head and the yarmulke, so they are easily detected by the goyim. So these Nazis, they were passing through, and there was his time to his Rav, what should I do? They're going to come and take us and put us to the concentration camp, burning furnace. He says, just have a kavanah in Ud Milvado. And that kavanah he did, because in Ud Milvado, the Nazis, Gestapo, they were passing by, they didn't see him. They didn't see the guy. And they were sitting there, and they were saved. So he said, that's what he means here. HaKadosh Baruch Hu mastir oto misonav. HaKadosh Baruch Hu hide him from his enemies, right? He also, another thing he does, he calls matek dinim. What matek dinim is right now? Matek dinim means a person is like a dinim in the world, right? Like right now we see in Israel and all throughout the world. By him being there, HaKadosh Baruch Hu has mercy on the world. That's matek dinim means having mercy. Hashem becomes merciful, right? And another side benefit I think people like to hear is Gufo eno chozer afar. His body doesn't decompose. When he passes away after 20 years, his body doesn't decompose, right? And because of him, because there's a concept, I'll just tell you the concept, and the concept is Kol Israel Avin Zelazeh, right? So what does that mean? One aspect that means I need to, since we are connected to each other, I have a responsibility to help other person, right? But there's a deeper concept in this. It means when a person does a teshuvah, right, it affects the person and the other people that are Shuresh Neshama, they automatically will do teshuvah. So here he says, what does he say? Listen to what he says. Bezuchuto nisolim harbe Israel pekin haberit. Just because of the zuchut that he does, and it does keeps from Shmirat Brit, all of a sudden you see some of the people that they were thinking about Chas V'Shalom to do pekin haberit. All of a sudden they do teshuvah and they stay away from this avera. Why? Because of he's just because he has Kol Israel Avin Zelazeh, but depending on his Shuresh Neshama with those other people, it causes the other people who are going to be watching it. So that's what I heard from Rav tell one time. He said sometimes to do kiruv, right? Just sit down and learn a lot of Torah yourself. And by doing this, right, it causes the other people to do teshuvah. Because you have, everybody has Shuresh Neshama, Kol Yisrael Avin Zelazeh, and all of a sudden you see the other people, all of a sudden they get up, they start having what we call in Hebrew Hitorerut. They have like an awakening. They want to learn Torah. They want to get close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and they don't know why. They have no idea, but they want to get close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That what he says, because the person, one person did something, right? It caused the other people, right, to do it, okay? And then he's gonna have Yad Hashem, Yad Shemayim, which is one of the things that you wanna have, and I'm going to just tell you one more. Nechshav b'yachad in ha-nevi'im, and he's considered as if he's one of the nevi'im, prophets. And these are the things. This Rav, Aaron to the son, he had this. What you're talking about. He was a very kosher rabbi, and what is written here, all of them are true. So one other one is in the Nechshav b'nevi'im, right? And he's gonna get Emunah Shalema. Okay, and that would be the of this topic. Amen.